welcome to episode 11 of the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. I'm TJ Finn with the Heart of Texas Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Connie Schrader, Mayor of the City of Bastrop.
This is going to be a fun episode.
Well, I know why you're excited.
I am excited. So my son, Joey Pyles, or Joseph Pyles, is here, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him. So excited.
It cracks me up that you're doing Joseph since you're the one who gave him that name.
I did, but to me, he is Joey, right?
And our second guest is two angels, Norma Mercado and Ashley Martinez from Bastrop Independent School District. They're going to tell us how we can take care of folks that need a little helping hand right here in our community.
You ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Our next guest is a very special guest, and especially to TJ. So I want you to do the honors.
So we're here today with Joseph Pyles. Joseph's really special to me because he happens to be my oldest son. And Joey, as I refer to him, Joey is an artist. And Joey, you were here just recently doing the Lions Club convention. Not the first show you played in Bastrop, but you recently did the Lions Club convention, which we were really happy to have those guys come and do their national convention here in Bastrop, or their regional convention. I'm not sure how they tag that, but and that all happened because I happened to run into the bigwig guy at the wedding show and said, "Hey, come to Bastrop and do this." So tell us how that went.
Yeah, a lot of fun. It's good to come out. I've played now. This is my second show in Bastrop, and it's kind of good to come out and check out this area, different from shows that I played in Houston and in small towns around there. Trying to play sing-along type songs that people recognize and make them feel good, and nostalgia is the best drug. So
absolutely,
trying to play hits from the 50s and 60s and 70s and even to modern, and really bring in that fun that makes you. I enjoy music when I'm doing things, and most of the time, even as a musician, as I listen to music, and you're always doing something else. And so a song that you can be talking to your friend and then catches, you're like, oh, I know that song. And those are things that I like to play, just to get people tapping their feet and kind of bring them back and have a good time. And I'm hoping to play more and check out some more music venues around here.
That's wonderful.
Speaking of playing more, I heard a rumor that you might be moving to town.
Yeah, so within hopefully a month and a half or so, we'll actually be living here, and then hopefully our house will be built just as fast as we can do it and get everything going. But it's really exciting. My kids are super excited. Grandkids. Every good Southern boy loves his mama, and so coming home finally.
That's right. I am so excited. And Joey, so your music, I would say that your music is more Americana. Is that pretty much?
Yeah, that's kind of been the general label that they've put American folk music under, because it's not quite country, it's not quite rockabilly, it's kind of rock, it's kind of Southern rock. That's the broad general term. Nowadays they're starting to kind of break into that a little more, and Americana became, because for a long time it was like that music over there that we can't, it's not this and it's not that and it's not this. But I think that that's really how American music got started, right? Because if you go back to even in the 20s and 30s, but then on to Miles Davis and the way that you have jazz mixing with Elvis mixing, with B.B. King and those kind of people from that area. And you have this limited amount of musicians that are at the top of their field, creating a new genre that no one's ever heard. And then now we've gotten to kind of see where that played out over the last 70 years. So it's really fun to stick to that kind of musical style and then bring in all the modern influences, that you've seen and heard and over the years. I mean, anybody from Stevie Nicks to back all the way to Elvis has been really fun to watch. And as a musician now, you're in a time where you can, at an instant, learn to play all these beautiful songs, and it's really fun.
Well, guess who introduced him to all these Stevie Nicks and all these? Can't imagine who that was.
Well, all this talk about music, I want to hear a song.
Yes. Will you play something for us?
Sure.
Yay. And by the way, although he sings all these other musicians, he's an incredible songwriter. And he has a video that he and I put together that a song that we wrote together when he was in ninth grade. It's called Standard Edition. And I'm going to play that video in its entirety at the end of today's show, but we want to hear something.
I'll play a different song then. So
there you go. Don't play that one. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, because I just wrote this song and it's fresh. I think I've memorized it. That's the hardest part when you get frustrated and you don't know your own. Yeah, I wrote that song. How did I write that? Not memorized. Tomorrow I'll find joy scattered all around. But tonight I think I might have myself a frown. Tomorrow I'll be home on my final day. Tomorrow I'll see love. I wish I'd see your face. Tomorrow I'll be home on my final day. But tonight I wish I could just believe. Oh, tomorrow I march forward to seek your vengeance now. Oh, tomorrow I wish I could find a way now. Oh, tonight I think I might find myself a drink. 'Cause tomorrow I'm marching, find no resting place.
Wow. Yay, that was beautiful. I'm so proud. That's my kid.
Well, your kid, I hear, has a new website. How do we find you?
Yes, so I have two because I sometimes am Joseph and sometimes am Joey and sometimes one of my 19th cousins' names, depending, so we covered the spread. But it's josephpyles.com and I also have joeypyles.com. So either will lead you to the same place.
And that's going to launch. It's not launched yet, right?
Yeah, we're not quite live. We'll be coming out
this summer.
Trying to, some of the shows that I've done around, and, when I originally started playing music, I was a little kid, right? Most people get involved when they're 11, 12 and learn how to do that. And I used to play with a high school band, much like people do, and a college band and all these things. And then, of course, you stop and have kids and time goes by. So this would be kind of the launch of new music that I'm writing and bringing in some of those, old influences and stuff like that, like I said. And it'll be really fun. Hoping to get some dates up for venues that I'll do around and hoping to put out as much free content as I can. It takes time to record it, but I'm going to plan on trying to put out some songs, and hopefully in the next few months when we stabilize and we get moved, I'm going to try to put out a song a day for a year.
Wow.
And see if I can do that. And just a different song. Maybe I don't write it, maybe I do, maybe it's a cover, maybe it's not. But for 365 days, I would like to do that challenge and just try to put out. A friend of mine, Kevin Marble of Odd Toddler, a local band that plays around Houston and Galveston and stuff like that. He's been putting out a lot of songs, and I've really enjoyed watching and sharing his stuff, and it's kind of led me to where I want to make sure that as musicians, I neglected learning other people's songs, and it's really fun to write songs, but it puts you in the mindset of somebody who's different, and to experience empathy in the way they do when they wrote that song is important.
Wow, I think that's incredible. So let me tell you, Connie, I'll tell you this. When Joey was a little toddler, all the way up till, God, I don't know,
Today.
Preteens, probably today, right? He would thump on everything. And I was like, Joey, stop thumping. Stop thumping. And he just, everything was a drum, I guess. I didn't know that was a music in his head. And it really wasn't. One day he came to me and he was about, 13, 14. And he said, Mom, I want to play the guitar. And I was like, okay, well, we'll get you a guitar lesson. Like, no, I'm going to teach
12.
myself. 12, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 12. And he's like, I'm going to teach myself. And I was like, oh, God, this is going to be bad. But I gave him the guitar. And, for a few weeks, it was like, oh, my God. But you want to be supportive.
When you learn to do something, anything, and this is important of all things, it's okay to be bad at something.
Yeah, it's absolutely
You don't know
okay.
what you don't know, and you'll never start if you hope to be good.
And there are a lot of people that try something one time, and if they don't succeed, then they don't ever want to do that again. And
Right.
you are missing out.
When I have a
You got to push through.
playing a show, and the day before the show you're sitting there and you're practicing and you go, wow, I'm terrible. And then you have to go, and a friend of mine, Travis, posted a thing the other day, and it said that if I waited for all my ducks to be in a row, I'd never cross the street.
There
Sometimes
you
you
go.
got to gather up them ducks and get moving.
Ducks and just keep on moving. I love that.
Well, we're glad you're moving to Bastrop, and you need to check out Joseph Pyles or Joey Pyles, because you are going to love his music.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you.
At Genesis Laser Aesthetics here in Bastrop, Texas, we offer the most advanced technology in facial rejuvenation and body contouring. With pelvic floor strengthening, M-Cella is an FDA-approved treatment for urinary incontinence. M-Sculpt Neo can reduce fat by 30% and increase muscle mass by 25%. How about a facelift without needles, surgery, or downtime? Don't drive to Austin. Our friendly staff will be glad to set up a free consultation. 512-581-5016.
I am so excited about our next guest. We have Norma Mercado and Ashley Martinez, and they both work for Bastrop Independent School District in the student services, but they especially take care of family health and
our highly mobile student population.
Which is, I'm going to go ahead and say it, Norma, that's kind of a politically correct way. The way we would say it on the street is the homeless kids.
Yes.
Whether it's couch surfing or multiple families in one apartment, it's the kids that do not have the kind of home life that most of us think about when we think about a student, whether it's food challenges or challenges to have clothes. And you had told me that hygiene products are really important. She touches the heart of so many people in the population, and I know so many people want to help you. So tell us about your work.
Yes, thank you so much. So in addition to students experiencing homelessness, we also provide support to our foster care youth, military connected, and really anyone that comes. That's not always just a reason why we help families, but also just if there is a need, we're there to provide wraparound support to our students and families.
So how are you funded? How do you get help? Do you need items? What can we do to help you?
So we receive some funding, but that's always limited. Some of the bigger things that's an ongoing need is hygiene products, like you mentioned, especially like things that we could easily give a family who's in transition or experiencing homelessness, or also for our high school social workers to have in hand, like deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, washcloth, toothbrush, toothpaste. So those things are always ongoing for us. It's always a need. That's something that we can never have enough of. So.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, I'm listening to you say this, and I thought I should mention that I'm the general manager at the Hampton Inn and Suites here in Bastrop, and we actually have a lot of those things. So you and I
Awesome.
need to talk later and let me know what your need is and see how we can help you there, because we can certainly get that. We get it very inexpensively, and it's something the Hampton Inn, my owners are very ingrained in this community, and they would be honored to help you guys from that perspective. But I'm so excited because being in the mental health field, a lot of people know that now about me. What a great opportunity to have people who are willing within the school district to say, we see your need and we're going to meet that need, because when those needs are met, those mental health problems go way down. Am I right?
Well, I think that what I've always heard and understand is that if you know you didn't brush your teeth, if you're worried that you may be having body odor, learning English, learning math, learning science is the last thing that's on your mind. You're just trying to
Right.
survive the day. So you've got to meet those fundamental needs. And
Absolutely.
I think that's really the important part, because what we're really trying to do is make sure that everybody gets a good education so they have an opportunity to take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
So Ashley, tell us what a normal day is for you.
It's pretty busy. I do all kinds of things. I help from walk-ins to transporting students to helping families in the clothes closet, purchase orders for students who are at the campuses that the social workers and counselors and campus staff have found needs for that they need, so they'll submit it to us and we can go and help get those items and things like that for them. I don't have a normal day per se. We just kind of go. Like,
Just
we
do
get
it.
there and like I log in, check my emails, and then it's like, oh, phone call, we have to leave, or oh, I got to do this. So it's just, we play it by ear and we do our best to try to serve the community.
That sounds like my day. I don't have a normal day, but I really like that. I like that it's not just
Always
the
something
same thing
different,
every
yeah.
day.
Tell us about the clothes closet. You mentioned a clothes closet. What is that and how does that function?
Yeah, so inside the Family Health and Resource Center, we have a clothes closet that we kind of took the name of Christian's Closet, started at the high school, and so we just kept the name to not confuse people. But the goal of Christian's Closet, or our closet, is to provide basic items for families that are in need or students. And again, they don't have to qualify for a specific group. Anyone, if you need clothes, we have it is available. And we have anything from infants to adults, especially our parents who are preparing for a job interview. They need an outfit for the job interview. They can come and get it. There is no cost for the items. They're free. So we are always, especially shoes are usually a hot item for us too. Like a good pair of shoes goes out pretty quick. So.
Wow, you're not only taking care of the students, you're taking care of the students' families as well. Because that family unit, if it's not functioning well, that is incredible.
Well, and as soon as the parents get on their feet, then that provides a better home life for the
And
kids.
we also have it where like they donate plates, pots, cups, things like that. So we have a section in our clothes closet that if they have found a place and they're, now transitioning into a home, or something just happened and this is what they're needing, we have those items there
That's
in our office.
I'm just blown away by that. So if somebody wants to donate items to you, can they? Are they only new, or do you take new and used? And tell us how that would work.
We take new and used. Whatever, if there's items that get donated that we don't use, we all of our extra donations go to Bits and Pieces, because we know that those funds help families experiencing domestic violence. So that is our anything extra or something that maybe we have too many size 10 pants, we will take it to Bits and Pieces.
So I have to tell you a story. One day at City Council, Norma came and spoke, and there was a dear friend of mine, and I'm going to go ahead and say his name. I don't even have permission, but Brad Duff was in the back of the room and was just blown away. Like, he couldn't wrap his head around the idea that there were kids that were couch surfing and didn't have a place to sleep at night. And he has more than once donated his pants. If you know Brad has never been in a pair of jeans that weren't highly starched and well taken care of. And so Wranglers, and I believe they were 33 or 34 whatever, and Norma was like, that is a perfect size. That took care of students, that could take care of adults, and he was so happy. And he lives in Houston, and he drops things off at my house every once in a while to help me get them to Norma.
That's
so
amazing.
You've touched a lot of people's hearts on both sides, and I'm just so happy that you provide folks an opportunity. You guys are directly helping people that it would be really hard for TJ and I to know how to get something to them. You're the best avenue for that.
Absolutely. That's just incredible. And there are, I serve on the board of CASA, as you know, because we serve together. And then you have also served on the board of CASA, so we know that need is there. But I imagine, like this gentleman that you're talking about, some people don't know. Well, now they do.
Right.
So tell us how they can get in touch with you in order to make their donations.
Yeah, they can either call our office we are located right, most people are familiar with Genesis High School, so our building is attached to Genesis High School. They're welcome to bring the donations by, email us, we will pick them up as well. We just go and pick them up. I also wanted to share other services that we offer,
Sure.
because I think a lot of
Yes,
people are not familiar with the Resource Center. We also have a full pediatric clinic in there, so students can come and get, if they need a physical, if they need to see a pediatric doctor. So from 0 through the 8, while they're in school, they can access the pediatric clinic. Inside the pediatric clinic, there's also a mental health provider with Blue Bonnet Blue Shield. So if a student needs to see a mental health provider that day, they can. We also have adult classes that happen in our building. We offer GED, ESL, and we also provide wraparound services. We help with Medicaid applications for Medicaid. We have students coming in applying for the FAFSA, for going to college, working on their resume. We also partner with WIC, so we have WIC twice a week in our building, and then currently also partnering with our local health providers to help families apply for Medicaid and just services that they need. So we really try to make it a one-stop shop so that families can really get those wraparound services. Instead of running around all over the place, they can just come there. We will help them navigate the different systems. And then, like you say, we know that if we help the family, we're positively impacting the student as well.
We let Ashley do all the running around.
Yes.
I go everywhere.
Gosh, I'm so glad that you guys came on today, because it is so important for the community to know you have this amazing resource right here taking care of our children and their families, and we salute you for everything that you do. We appreciate you.
So we're so thankful that you're taking care of the families. If we have kids that know of students, and sometimes they're afraid to ask for what they need. So what's the best way for the students to get hold of you?
So the best way is really to go to their school counselor or social worker and share what's happening. We actually get a lot of referrals from other families, other
Great.
students. But yeah, the best way is to go to their counselor or social worker and say, hey, this is happening. Because like you said, sometimes they think, oh, I'm going to be in trouble, or don't feel safe sharing their story. And so there is staff on campus that can access our services. And so we partner, all of our schools has a point of contact, which is a school social worker or counselor, and then they're able to reach out for support.
So if they have a friend that they know needs help, they could go to a counselor and say, somebody needs to talk to TJ, right?
Yes.
Right, absolutely.
Not picking on you, TJ.
Well, no, I know.
But you know how it is. Sometimes they'll share with their friends,
Yeah.
but they don't want to be the person to go to the counselor. So I just wanted to make sure that we're clear about how to get hold of those services, because it's great that they're there, but we want as many people taking advantage of it as possible.
Yeah, and that goes back to that see something, say something.
Mm-hmm.
If you see someone in your class or wherever that you feel like needs help, say something to that counselor. And maybe, they don't have to say it came from you, but then maybe it'll open their eyes to something they haven't had the opportunity to see, and they can really get some substantial help.
Yes.
So
Well, I feel like we have angels in our midst, and it's so nice to be with
you.
both of you today.
Yeah. Well, thank you for inviting us and for inviting us to talk about our program.
perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.